also want to apologize to you because I've said a few things about you over the years that are, you know, in polite company, perhaps are unforgivable.
Almost.
Hollywood has long been a hub of progressive politics, with the industry often associated with liberal ideals and causes. But not all stars fit neatly into that mold. Get ready for part 2 of our journey into the lives of Hollywood's unapologetically Republican stars. Dennis Quaid.
That it's time to pick a side. Are we going to be a nation that stands for the Constitution or for TikTok? Are we going to be a nation of law and order or wide open borders? Which is it? Because it's time to pick a side.
Dennis Quaid is celebrated for his versatile acting skills, starring in iconic films like The Parent Trap and The Rookie. Throughout his illustrious career, Quaid has charmed audiences with his ability to bring heartfelt performances to life. Beyond his Hollywood persona, Quaid is an outspoken conservative who values faith, patriotism, and unity. He's often expressed admiration for Ronald Reagan, viewing the former president as a symbol of principled leadership and American optimism. His faith plays a central role in his life, with Quaid speaking openly about his Christian beliefs and his spiritual journey that has shaped him personally and professionally. In interviews, Quaid emphasizes the importance of moral responsibility, unity, and shared values, principles he believes are the foundation of the Republican platform. He's also voiced concerns about the divisiveness in modern politics, advocating for a return to civil discourse and mutual respect. His candid reflections on faith and responsibility resonate with his conservative audience and demonstrate his deep commitment to these ideals. Mel Gibson.
What do you think the world will be like in a second term with President Trump's second term? A lot of people
I know what it'll be like if we let her in.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And that ain't good.
Yeah. Well,
miserable track record, appalling track record, no policies to speak of.
Yeah. And the border, right?
And she's got the IQ of a fence post.
Mel Gibson's career has been legendary, with blockbuster hits like Braveheart and The Passion of the Christ cementing his place in Hollywood history. Gibson's storytelling often focuses on themes of faith, honor, redemption, and personal sacrifice, values that align closely with traditional conservative ideals. Despite facing significant controversy throughout his career, Gibson remains steadfast in his belief and unapologetically defends them, even when it draws criticism from peers and the public. Gibson's passion for traditional values is evident in his work. His direction of The Passion of the Christ brought global attention to Christian narratives, highlighting his dedication to telling stories rooted in faith and spirituality. Outside of filmmaking, Gibson has been vocal about the importance of family, personal accountability, and religious freedom. While some see his outspoken nature as divisive, others view it as a testament to his courage in standing firm against Hollywood's prevailing liberal norms. Gibson's resilience in the face of criticism and commitment to his ideals continue to inspire his fans. Jim Caviezel.
We have to do a lot more, and we got to start with Donald Trump.
What do you mean?
Well, he's got to be in there because he's going to go after the traffickers.
Do you think he understands that?
We were with him last night.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so he's going to be moved to do something. I didn't know that.
Oh,
he wasn't here last night.
This is the new Moses. I mean, I'm still Jesus, but he's the new Moses. Pharaoh, let my children go free.
Best known for his portrayal of Jesus in The Passion of the Christ, Jim Caviezel has built a career centered around roles that reflect his deep Christian faith. His commitment to religious freedom, a cornerstone of conservative values, has defined both his professional and personal life. Caviezel's performances often bring moral and ethical dilemmas to the forefront, inviting audiences to explore questions of faith, redemption, and the human spirit. Caviezel has been outspoken about policies he views as infringing on religious freedoms, using his platform to advocate for greater respect for Christianity and its place in society. His recent work, including the critically acclaimed Sound of Freedom, highlights his dedication to causes that align with his values, such as combating human trafficking and standing up for the voiceless. Caviezel's willingness to address controversial topics and his insistence on incorporating his beliefs into his career have made him both a respected figure and a lightning rod for criticism. Chuck Norris.
I used to be a Democrat, but unfortunately the Democrats went too far to the left, and the Republicans moved into their position that the Democrats were 40 years ago. The Democrats believed 40 years ago, the Republicans believe today. And so I realized that I had to go to a Republican because the Democrats just got too far off the trail.
Few names evoke as much admiration as Chuck Norris, the martial artist and actor whose career is synonymous with toughness, perseverance, and resilience. Norris gained fame through action-packed roles in films and TV series like Walker, Texas Ranger, but his influence extends far beyond the screen. A staunch conservative, Norris has long been a vocal supporter of Republican causes and candidates. Whether endorsing political figures or penning op-eds on issues like the importance of constitutional rights and the Second Amendment, Norris embodies the Republican spirit of individual responsibility and self-reliance. He has frequently spoken about the need to uphold traditional values, safeguard freedoms, and respect law and order. His dedication to these causes has earned him admiration among conservatives who see him as a symbol of strength and resolve. Even as Hollywood leans liberal, Norris continues to use his platform to advocate for what he believes is right. Kevin Sorbo.
They said we can't work with him anymore. And Hollywood studios saying, no, he's a Christian, he's a conservative, we can't work with him. And I thought, wow, this is incredible. You guys for decades are the ones screaming for tolerance, screaming for freedom of speech, but as you know, that's all a one-way street with Hollywood. And that's too bad, because I don't harbor that kind of hate and anger that they have towards people like me.
Kevin Sorbo, the star of Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, is known for his outspokenness about conservative values and Christian faith. Sorbo's career has been marked by a willingness to tackle roles that reflect moral questions and spiritual themes, often inspired by his own beliefs. Outside of acting, Sorbo uses his social media platforms and public appearances to discuss issues like religious freedom, the role of morality in society, and the importance of faith-based storytelling. Despite facing significant backlash for his conservative views, Sorbo remains steadfast in his commitment to speaking out. He frequently discusses what he sees as a lack of ideological diversity in Hollywood, calling attention to the challenges faced by conservative actors and filmmakers. Through his independent projects, Sorbo has created a space for stories that resonate with audiences who share his values. Scott Baio.
America is a representative republic. That this country, from its inception, was a MAGA country and has been that way for 200 plus years. And what MAGA means to me, Jesse, is God-fearing, powerful, prosperous, and safe.
Scott Baio, who rose to fame as Chachi on Happy Days, is equally known today for his outspoken political activism. Baio has been an avid supporter of Republican candidates and causes, using his platform to advocate for conservative values and criticize what he sees as liberal bias in Hollywood. His candidness on social media has often sparked debate, but Baio remains undeterred, emphasizing the importance of standing by one's beliefs. Baio has spoken about his journey from being a beloved sitcom star to becoming a prominent conservative voice. He frequently highlights issues like personal responsibility, government accountability, and support for law enforcement. While his outspoken nature has made him a polarizing figure, Baio's fans admire his dedication to speaking the truth. John Schneider.
Don't turn your backs, America. We have been given an opportunity to make this country not only great again, but greater than it's ever been. Opportunity is for those who are willing to do the work. There's no handout here, and I know we're all willing to do the work. So let's roll up our sleeves, let's do the work, but let's always watch each other's backs. Because I don't trust him. I just don't.
John Schneider, best known for his role as Bo Duke on The Dukes of Hazzard, has often found himself at odds with Hollywood's liberal leanings. Schneider is an outspoken advocate for free speech, emphasizing the importance of allowing diverse viewpoints in the entertainment industry and beyond. He's used his platform to address issues like government overreach, censorship, and the value of tradition, topics he feels are often neglected in mainstream discourse. Schneider has also made strides in independent filmmaking, producing and starring in projects that align with his conservative beliefs. By creating content outside of Hollywood's traditional framework, Schneider has been able to explore themes of faith, family, and personal responsibility without compromise. Kurt Russell.
I think there's a very strong reason Founding Fathers had for the Second Amendment, and that is that no government ever hasn't had to fight its own people, and its own people hasn't had to fight its own government. We had our Civil War. If that Second Amendment hadn't been there, those people would not have had the opportunity to do what they considered was defending their life.
Kurt Russell, a versatile actor known for roles in Escape from New York and Overboard, doesn't fit neatly into political categories, but leans strongly libertarian. He's expressed support for individual liberty and limited government, values often associated with conservatism. In interviews, he's voiced skepticism about Hollywood's tendency to become an echo chamber, advocating for a more balanced approach to political and social discourse. His libertarian views reflect a desire for personal autonomy and a belief in the power of individual choice. While he avoids labeling himself strictly Republican, his stance on many issues aligns with conservative ideals. Sylvester Stallone.
When I did Rocky, if you remember, the first image was a picture of Jesus, and it says Resurrection AC Club. I found a church that had been converted to a boxing ring. So the image pans down from Jesus onto Rocky being hit. And at that moment, he was a chosen person, and that's how I began the journey. Something was going to happen. This man was going to go through a metamorphosis and change lives, just like President Trump.
Sylvester Stallone, the face of iconic characters like Rocky Balboa and John Rambo, has long championed themes of patriotism and perseverance in his films. Stallone's work often celebrates the values of hard work, determination, and love for country. Though he avoids overtly political statements, his movies often reflect ideals that align with Republican principles. Stallone's portrayal of underdog heroes fighting for justice and freedom has become a hallmark of his career, and his personal comments about American resilience further solidify his patriotic image. Now it's time to hear from you. Which of these stars surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments section below.